Basketball fans, welcome back. The Lakers fans are furious after a blowout loss to the Clippers in the first ever clash at the Intuit Dome. The Lakers didn't stand a chance in a 102-116 loss to rivals, the Los Angeles Clippers, in the team's first matchup at the new Intuit Dome. The Los Angeles Lakers visited their neighbors in the new arena at the Intuit Dome for the first time this game. It turned out to be a bad night for the Lakers, who lost 102-116 to the Los Angeles Clippers, a team they used to call the Little Brothers when they shared the same arena at the Crypto Arena from 1999 to 2024. The Lakers got production from two players, LeBron James and Rui Hachimura. LeBron had 25 points, 9 of 20 field goal shooting, 5 rebounds, 11 assists, 3 steals, while Rui Hachimura, he had 19 points, 9 of 14 shooting from the field, and 7 boards. Anthony Davis disappointed with 16 points, 5 of 14 shooting from the field, 10 boards, and 3 blocks, while Austin Reeves had a quiet 14 points, 4 of 6 shooting, Dalton Knecht, 3 of 4 shooting from the field, Max Christie, 4 of 7, and 10 points apiece in the loss. The Lakers fans were pissed off about this outcome as the Clippers marked the start of a new era at the Intuit Dome by beating the Los Angeles Lakers. The best center in the league is in Los Angeles, but he doesn't play for the Lakers, said one proud Clipper fan about Ivica Zubac's dominance over Davis. Zubac dominating this game is the latest reminder of how badly the Lakers need a center and have needed one basically since they traded him, said another fan about the former Laker Ivica Zubac, who currently plays for the Clippers. AD pretty clearly needs a weekish break like LeBron got, but that the Lakers can't afford that because his replacement are low-level 2K creator players, said Anthony Irwin about the obvious exhaustion of Davis' face during games. If you think the Lakers are winning a championship with a starting backcourt of Austin Reeves and Max Christie, you've got some oceanfront property in Wyoming I want to sell you. So the Clippers were led by a four-headed monster in this win. Norman Powell led the charge with 22 points. We had Ivica Zubac with a near 2020 game with 21 points and 19 boards. James Harden with a double-double of 21 points, 11 assists. And the Clipper town were running the Los Angeles Lakers. This loss didn't change the standings as the Lakers stayed the number 6 seed in the West with a 22-18 record. The Clippers extended their lead to now the 5th seed with the win, improving on the 24-17 on the season. So the Lakers and Clippers beef carries on, but the Battle of LA was won by LA in 2020. Hopefully this beef is reignited and brings more joy and more entertainment for fans as we see the regression of the Lakers, yours truly included. I am a Laker fan, but it's unfortunate and it's very upsetting to see your team getting beat by the little brother rivals in the Clippers. Los Angeles will always be a Laker town and never a Clipper town. But unfortunately, the people who play for the Lakers fail to understand that they need to defend, they need to protect the brand that's on the jersey. That's all I got for you guys. So do drop me your comments down in the comment section down below. I'm going to talk to you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Anything initially on Austin, and you had obviously asked out after that play where he landed awkwardly?
I believe he banged knees, need a knee.
Is that something that's a concern, or you have to wait and see how he feels?
You know, we'll wait and see how he feels. Sometimes that can be a 10-hour thing or a day. I don't know. I've had it before, so we'll see.
Gotcha. What did you make of the first half and just how it seemed like Clippers are scoring pretty easily? Obviously scored a lot. You made a push in the second half, but where did you see things go awry in that first half?
You know, it was one of those games where you want your offense to help your defense, and didn't make shots, turned the ball over. So, you know, I thought we did a good job. 11 possessions of zone in the first half. They scored 8 points. You know, we did a good job of mixing it up. There was some, great team. I consider them a great team. They have Hall of Famers. Zubats is a monster. I thought he was, in some ways, the difference with his offensive rebounding, particularly in the second half. Gave up 9 offensive rebounds in the second half. He had 6 of them. But against great teams, you make mistakes. You don't get a loose ball. You don't get the defensive rebound. They make you pay. Every time we made a mistake, they made us pay. But our guys competed. We fought. We stayed together. This is for us, like, this was a good process for us. Didn't get the result we wanted. Did some really good things in the second half. That's a real defense. They have a real defense, and they're physical.
JJ, I know you've said to us, identities within teams tend to come and go, and you might have one for a month, then it goes away. You mentioned them. I mean, they are very much who they are. Did you see that kind of play out? I mean, just like the way they're sized, the way their intention.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it early in the season. They were one of the 3 games that I watched, actually. Inside joke if you were at our scrum the other day. Watching them on tape, because a lot of times, we're obviously playing opponents that they've played. They're a defensive team with an offensive engine and a bunch of guys who play their roles really well. Then you add Kawhi to that, and the guy just doesn't miss. If he gets to a spot and shoots the ball, I don't care how good the defense is, I don't care how good the contest is, he doesn't miss. They certainly have an identity, and this was like a James Harden game. Got him inside the line. He obviously hit some threes. We did a good job outside of 2 plays, keeping him off the line. I thought Gabe did a good job with the side contests. The Harden contest, you can't contest straight on against him. He'll draw the foul. Doesn't have like a super efficient shooting night, but he gets 12 assists and manipulates the game and all that stuff. So they're good.
For your group, what do you think it'll take for it to find itself and have that sort of sense of self the same way that they do?
I think we are growing, and we all know that during the growth process, you have some bumps, and that's okay. That's okay. Our group is we're together and we're connected, and certainly more times than not, and we'll continue to grow and build. But there's some good stuff tonight. There was some good stuff. We got to keep trying to get better.
AD, you guys got their lead down to 11 twice down the stretch, but couldn't get much closer. What did you see out there? What was the reasons for you guys to lose tonight?
So many, simple mistakes. Little game plan discipline. Fouling James Harden a couple times. They got some offensive rebounds. Anytime we made a run, they made a run of their own. We shoot the ball well tonight, so they like to fight, but against teams like that, pretty good teams. We have a great stretch, and then we have 2-3 mistakes in a row, and they capitalize every time. So got to play great basketball when you're playing good teams like that.
JJ just told us that we've heard you guys say it in here too, that the margin of error for you guys just isn't there on a night-to-night basis, and you have to play really good basketball always, or else it won't be easy. What do you think needs to happen for that margin of error to get a little wider? What are the things that this team has to do nightly to give itself a more consistent, good chance?
Not turn the ball over. Can't control makes or misses, but some nights we struggle to shoot the basketball, and some nights the ball goes in for us. I think defensively we did a pretty good job. Got back in the zone, and I think in the third quarter they kind of came out prepared. We got some. Obviously they made some shots, but kind of ran this action. with Zoo in the middle and Kawhi underneath the basket, put some shooters around and they made some shots. But I think just laying our hats on defense. Like I said, you can't control, makes or misses, but you control your effort on defense. And I think, we have had some slippers defensively, but for the most part, the fight is there, the effort is there. We just got to do a better job of getting more stops in a row, especially against teams like this.
How'd you come physically after being the late scratch against Brooklyn the other night?
It felt good enough to play, but it was all right.
Is an extension of the issue that really got propped up against Detroit earlier in the year. And
you've been competing against Zoo for a long time. How have you seen him grow from when you first started competing against him to a game like tonight?
He's worked on his post game. Getting to that jump hook, he's always been, a good screener, good roller, lob threat, offensive rebounder, good rim protector. But he's developed his post game where they're throwing it to him, and he's finishing, with his right hook. So he's added that to his arsenal.
And you guys had that 13-2 run to close the third, the two big lineup with you and Jackson, LeBron at the three. What did you like about that group as JJ kind of tests out some bigger lineups?
It just made us bigger. They were small, especially with Zoo. Zoo out. Even if he's in, we were able to kind of manipulate that with, two bigs and kind of punish them in the paint and, get stops defensively, with our length. So it was good, but it's a game-by-game scenario.
LeBron, you cut their lead in half in the fourth quarter, but could not get closer than 11. What were some of the reasons why you guys did not win tonight?
They capitalized off our turnovers and mistakes defensively. It's a great team, very well coached, Hall of Famers, great complimentary players. Norm having a great season, Big Zoo, big time. So, when you're playing against a great team, you got to limit your mistakes offensively and defensively because they make you pay, and I think they did that tonight.
Seeing what Kawhi had to go through this summer where he left you guys and wasn't able to go to Paris and then obviously missed in the first portion of this season, what was it like to have him back out there and competing against him again?
Listen, for me, it's always great to go against the best. And I know I don't have that many opportunities to continue to go against the best, so it was great to have him back out there.
You've been telling us that the margin of error is small in this room for a few years now.
Yep.
Are there ways they can get bigger internally?
Bigger or better?
Can you give yourself more margin? Are there things that you can do some nights to make it easier? Or is this just gonna be
that's how our team is constructed. We don't have room for much for error.
How can you guys navigate the sort of mental demands of having to play close to perfect basketball?
We don't have a choice. That's the way our team is constructed. We have to play close to perfect basketball. We know the game is never perfect. It's never going to be a 48-minute perfect basketball game, but we can't combat it multiple possessions in a row, or if we turn the ball over, we have to do a better job with that. If we're making aggressive turnover plays where we're trying to make the right play to our teammates, but it's some of the careless ones. Again, defensively, we can't have breakdowns. We can't, if our coaching staff has a game plan for us, we can't break down on the game plan.
It's happened for stretches like you guys have had, 3 weeks where you guys have been really, really good. You guys have had 2 week stretches where you guys have been pretty bad. Is that, you think, because of what we're talking about with, just that it's impossible to consistently play in your good play?
No, I don't know the answer to that, but we just got to keep putting our foot forward and keep working.
LeBron, it's NBA, a rivalry week. You have this, matchup here with the Clippers tonight. Just with your career, you had so many rivalries when it comes to teams and individual play. Just how important is rivalries to the game of the NBA and when it comes to the growth of the league as well?
I don't know. I know marquee players and transcendent players and generational players is very key for the league. Great teams is key for the league. And being rivalry is all part of sports. It's not just the NBA. It's everywhere. It's in every sport that you could think of. Everyone has a rival or have had a rival, but you just It's always fun to be a part of one. If you have an opportunity, if you have an opportunity to play at the highest level and be able to be a part of some rivalries, it's always pretty cool.
Last question. What do you make of James Harden's kind of impact? The ability to still do this at a high level at his age, but just his overall impact on basketball the last decade, just the offense that he's kind of putting up.
Simply just a great player who loves to play the game, plays at his own pace, and has won every stop that he's been at. Obviously the Brooklyn thing was a quick stop, but you look at OKC. I played against him, when he was super young and I was younger. In the finals, went off to Houston. We know what he did down there. And went over to Philly, played some great ball, and here playing great ball. He's a guy, just a selfless guy. Go out there and just plays the game. He's been able to reinvent himself. I mean, it was at one point where he was giving guys 50-point triple-doubles, 60-point triple-doubles, now he just plays the game in the right way. He can score when he wants to. He finds he's always been a great passer, so it's pretty cool.
D-Fish, Lakers lose to the Clippers, first time they've played this season. Why was that such a tough matchup for the Lakers?
Clippers defense just made it a nightmare for the Lakers to find any offensive rhythm, timing, continuity, connection. And when you can't connect as well during the course of a game as a team, it's hard to sustain the effort, the breakdowns, and the mistakes start to happen. So you got to tip your cap to the Clippers.
Our old friend Ivica Zubac had a nice game. Zoo had 21 points and 19 rebounds. The Clippers did a good job on the offensive boards, creating extra opportunities. Also a big factor in this game. And the sloppy turnovers for the Lakers.
Yeah, I mean, that's where Zuby lives in terms of the offensive rebounding opportunities. Great defensive rebounder as well. And an efficient scorer in the paint. He's got the 2-foot, push floater, jump hook. He can finish at the rim. But he's just a guy that embraces his role. And obviously the Clippers have all-star Hall of Fame players. And Zuby's just gone in and become basically the piece of furniture that's been there the longest.
Yeah.
Just does a great job for his team and, has the Clippers playing well.
Kawhi recently returned. He had played in 4 games. He was averaging 12 points. He had 24 minutes tonight, had 19. What are you seeing from Kawhi and just how he fits perfectly with that team? And how dangerous they can be when he's back?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think because the Clippers have established a defensive identity without Kawhi Leonard, I think as they, involve him now as he returns, I think he's played now 5 games, they're not trying to be a different team. They're being consistent in their principles. The defensive philosophy, strategy is the same. How they're playing offensively, it doesn't revolve around Kawhi Leonard. And that's actually allowing him to be even more efficient and effective when he is on the floor. I think right now his minute restriction is at about 24 minutes, which he played. And he looks fresh, like his change of direction, the pop in his legs. That's a great sign for him and them, and not a good sign for everybody else in the league.
It's kind of a 2-part question. So JJ in the postgame show kind of talked about where they're at, and he saw some good things, and he knows in this process that they're moving along. He saw some great things. We're 40 games in, so in your mind, you see him at 22 and 18 right now. If the season ends today, they're in that 6th spot. You're almost halfway through. What are you seeing from this Laker team? There's been a lot of ups, a couple of downs, but there's been some good wins as well.
Yeah, no, when you think about all that was on the line, everything at stake, when you make a decision to make a coaching change, there's a lot on the line for everyone. And so JJ's come in and done a phenomenal job with this group. It's not like the roster significantly changed from last year to this year. So he's largely coaching the same team that I'm not sure if they would have been sitting at 5th, 6th at this point record-wise last year. They are this year. So you can mark that as progress. There have been nights where offensively the Lakers have looked sharp in the ball movement, the type of actions that they're running. They look connected. Defensively, they've had stretches where they've made it really difficult for teams to score. And so have they put that all together for 10, 12, 15 straight games? No, they haven't. And that's really the only thing that's kind of left. they've done a pretty good job so far with 42 games to go.
Fish, I know you put in a good week with us. We're here a couple times, and you got a big week with your Crespi team. So good luck.
Appreciate it, Geeks.
And we'll see you soon.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Fish. Down at the Intuit Dome, the Lakers lose to the Clippers. The Clippers used a 21-8 run to close out the first half, and the Lakers really never threatened seriously from there. They tried to get back into the game. Kind of sloppy. Big game in Fish, 16 turnovers that turned into 20 points for the Clippers. Zoo had a big game, 21-19. But I think the story for me was Clipper defense tonight.
I mean, yeah, we knew before the game that the Clippers defense was been their success of late. And they have size on the wing, bigs in the middle. And, I mean, to give up 30 points a quarter, first quarter, 62-plus points in the first half, that wasn't a good start. And the Lakers just couldn't seem to get inside the Clippers defense. There was a lot of fadeaway shots. It just didn't seem to catch. Didn't get any traction at all tonight. Didn't seem like it. And it just turnover. They capitalized on the Lakers' turnovers and points in the paint. They got more points in the paint. It just seemed like the Lakers just didn't match what the Clippers were giving them tonight. Didn't meet force with force, and just wasn't a good game for the Lakers.
And Fish, you talked about the drop coverage that they were playing that caused little problems as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think the pick and rolls involving Anthony Davis, like Zubac was in drop coverage, able to stay back. The Clippers have the type of defenders that are able to fight over and get the driver inside the three-point line, but then that allows the guys on the outside to stay home. So they didn't give up easy catch-and-shoot threes. They didn't give up a lot of things direct at the basket. Really seemed like they were able to just kind of level anything the Lakers wanted to do, level it off. And I thought they were disruptive with their hands. I'm not sure what both teams track it, but in terms of the deflections, like some of the passes that the Lakers tried to make, you know, Austin got tipped just like that. I mean, perfect timing. Like those were the plays that they just really disrupted things offensively for the Lakers. And then I think that led to James's point, it led to an offense that, or it led to a drop in their defensive energy. When you know, they scored 64 points in the first half, and it just seems like the lack of offensive continuity and energy led to maybe a dip and breakdown in things on the defensive end.
And I know we were all pretty impressed with the balance the Clippers had tonight. I mean, Kawhi in just 24 minutes had 19. We'll talk about him in a moment, but Zoo had a big night, 21 and 19. And then you have Harden and Powell both over 20 as well, James.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Zoo is a double-double guy all season long. I mean, he's strong, and he opposes, you know, he presents a lot of physical play against the opposing center. But, you know, their guards are, just take a look at, you know, these four players alone. I mean, Kawhi coming back. Kawhi looked like the old Kawhi from before. So that's a problem right there if he's coming back to that. But, you know, very, very gifted players. Norman Powell, you know, Coffey's not on here, but he's another one. So I think they had, the four guys right there in double figures. So
yeah, did most of the damage right there.
Clippers are a solid team the way they play defense, and when they get Kawhi back, watch out.
Yeah, big game. I thought Kawhi was pretty efficient tonight, 9 of 13 for 19 points in only 24 minutes. And I think I said this at halftime, he's kind of starting to vamp up a little bit and ramp up. You know, he's only been averaging about 12 through his 4 games, but, you know, taking things slowly. But for the Clippers, you know, when he's in that lineup, and I think you said it at halftime, if he's in the lineup and he's healthy,
unstoppable.
He's still that guy.
Unstoppable. Yep, you're right.